I'm here with North Stars head coach Nate Bedford one day before tomorrow's final round robin game against the Chilliwack Chiefs. So first off, no skate today in your day off. Why have kind of a mellow day and let the guys just do their own thing?
I think what it creates is they can kind of think for themselves right now. Obviously, they've heard how I felt, and certainly we've been hard on each other, but maybe just some autonomy right now. Guys just being on their own, and we'll kind of right the ship, I guess, so to speak, and come back with a new focus. Obviously, our focus hasn't worked for us, so just trying to reset our minds and try something different, and gives them an opportunity to go see Penticton a bit and enjoy the experience, and get out of the rink for a little bit. We've been here for a while, and let's enjoy the atmosphere.
Now, we've talked a lot about the effort not being quite where it is, mistakes and stuff like that. Yeah. But this is the best of the best. It's the Western Canada Cup. So how much of it do you think has to do with these being really good teams?
Well, I think, it's the same thing. We go into a Flim Flon series. They had 16 returning guys from the finals and added a couple more. And so they were a team of guys with experience. And even, we got up 3-0, and you kind of look at their team's mannerisms, like they knew they weren't out of it, and so experience is a big thing, and I think our experience is showing a little bit right now, and being on this big stage, we're 3 games in though, and we got a slim chance here of making it. We need some help here, but I think we've, in my opinion, we've learned our mistakes and learned that we have to pick up the pace a little bit. It's a little bit quicker here. Your mistakes are magnified, and I think we've for whatever reason, when we make mistakes, the other teams have made us pay. And on the flip side of it, we haven't done a good enough job on scoring on our opportunities. So it's obviously disappointing, but our heart's in the right place. It's just maybe our mind isn't.
Yeah, you said you need a little bit of help, but you can obviously only focus on you. So tomorrow, Chilliwack, they played last night. You saw a little bit of that. Were they any different last night? They won over Penticton than their previous 2 games where they didn't look great. They did have 1 win, but was there any improvement, any differences?
Well, I watched, I think I watched pretty much all of that Penticton series, Chilliwack series in the finals there as much as I could. And both teams are real good. Chilliwack plays a little bit different than Penticton, but you're going to get the same thing. You're going to get speed. These guys are intelligent. They're well coached. They know what they're doing. They have a game plan. They stick to it. They get great goaltending. We're going to have to be a physical team and play with some desperation in order to beat them. My hope is the game matters, and if it does, I think you'll see a real good effort from our group. Whether we win or not, it remains to be seen. But I know that we'll be working hard, and that's all we ask is work hard and sacrifice, and usually good things happen.
You talk about them as a skilled team. Yesterday we saw Brooks. They make you pay if you make mistakes, that's for sure. Is that kind of the same situation with Chilliwack?
Well, I think all 4 teams we play here is the exact same thing. And, we're able to make mistakes sometimes in the regular season against certain teams. You can't do that here. You saw in the first period. Last game against Brooks, we turned the puck over at the blue line, which we normally don't do. When we do it, we usually get out of it. And we didn't this time, so they score first shift into the game, and then we cough the puck up in the first period, and they make us pay right away. And sometimes you get away with it in the regular season, and we didn't yesterday. So I think our view is that if we play simple hockey and really work hard and battle and be physical and try to push the pace a little bit, we're usually pretty good. But we were on our heels here for a couple games, so we'll show the guys some things tomorrow, and hopefully that'll remind them how good they are.
We know the tail of the tape with the power play has not been good. So if that does not improve, is there another area of the game that might make the difference tomorrow against the Chiefs?
Well, it can't get any worse. I think with our power play right now, I think you're successful when you have real skilled guys, and we got skilled guys, but I think what's happening is we're standing around a little bit too much, and we're looking for everything on the outside a little bit. Our power play goal, I think Collinati got a power play goal just standing in front and got a good tip there. So I think we got to go back to dirty areas and have a little bit more movement out there in order to be successful. Teams know what we're doing right now, and they're well coached, and They know if they stand back in a, from the bottom of the circles down and block shots, they're going to be successful, and they've been doing that. So we've got to be a little bit more creative than just taking one-timers up at the top. So I think one thing that we can improve upon is our forwards need to do a better job of looking for lanes to get outlet passes in our zone. We're not leaving our zone with enough speed consistently enough, and usually it's because our wingers are too low and standing still, or we're too high and not in a good position to receive a pass. So I think our breakout needs to be a lot better in order to gain entries into their zone, and hopefully those two things improve tomorrow.
Lastly, yesterday in the postgame, you did hint at maybe lineup changes coming. Is that still the case? Decisions still to be made, I assume?
Yeah, we'll go first five at the door. No, we're going to think about it a little bit more, obviously, after a loss. I'm as competitive and ornery as anybody, and I don't like losing too much, and that was my initial thought, but I got a lot of pride and a lot of respect for the guys in our room, and they've got us here, and juggling lines might help and it might not, and so we're going to be very cautious about that, but we'll do something to change. We can't just keep it can't be status quo here if we're going to be successful. So something will have to change, and I'm going to sleep on it tonight and see how it is tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, and good luck tomorrow.
Perfect. Thanks a lot.